Folks, another shameful story of police action, this time out of Florida. A senior airman, a black Air Force senior airman, has been shot and killed by Florida sheriff's deputies. 23-year-old senior airman Roger Fortson was fatally shot on May 3rd after the Okaloosa County Sheriff's Office burst into his home. Reports said the deputy was responding to a call about a disturbance in progress and reacted in self-defense after seeing Fortson with a gun. But family attorney Ben Crump says the officers were at the wrong address and did not identify himself when knocking on the door. Fortson, reportedly on the phone, retrieved his gun when he did not see anyone outside. But the knocking continued. Crump and Roger's family viewed the body cam footage today. Ben Crump joins us right now. Ben, so what the heck happened here? What were they even executing? Was a disturbance?
Roland, it's unbelievable. This young man was a model United States member of the armed forces. He has no criminal history in his background. He was on the phone with his girlfriend on FaceTime the whole time leading up to this. The family is adamant. Everything that we know about this case tells us they went to the wrong apartment. And when you see once that door opened, he told him to step back. Roger was very, very respectful of law enforcement. He stepped back in a split second, Roland. In a split second. He shot him 6 times. And what is being left out of this argument, out of this case, is they keep saying, well, he had a gun when he came to the door. Well, the reality is, President, they didn't hear the police identify themselves. He said who it is, and nobody identified himself based on what the girlfriend said, and she's going to do her own press conference, so it's not lost in any translation. But when he saw a black man with a gun, even though he was a law-abiding citizen with a registered license to carry a weapon, Second Amendment rights, that police lit him up. And right after he shot him, he then said while he was on the ground, toss the gun. He didn't give any verbal commands to drop the gun and put your hands in the air when he came open that door. And that's what's troubling, Roland. They continue to try to justify the unjustified killings, even our best young people.
Deuteronomy 28:65, and it reads, "And among these nations shalt thou find no ease, neither shall the sole of thy foot have rest. But the Lord Yahweh shall give thee there a trembling heart and failing of eyes and sorrow of mind." Verse 66, "And thy life shall hang in doubt before thee, and thou shalt fear day and night, and shalt have none assurance of their life." All praise to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahawashi, Ba'ashem B'Kakwadash, and double honor to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Atazban Bayaz, back with another lesson. And we saw that clip in the front about this young man who lost his life at the hands of a county, I guess, sheriff deputy in the state of Florida. And as we do often, we do these types of videos, again, not to mock anybody, but to say that this is a serious time in which you're living, right? And it's a time that you need to consider the Lord and repent. Now, here it is, you know, the backdrop off of the Roland Martin interview. This young man was a serviceman, right, in the Air Force, all right, Jake, and he's shot and killed in his own place, right? As he came to his door more than likely thinking that somebody was trying to break in or do him some harm. And the sheriff's department had the wrong information and shot and killed him. You see? And we try to remind you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans that you're under the curses, man. All right? You're under the curses of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai in this place, and this place is not our rest. And you can't get too lax and too comfortable, all right? And that the Lord is in control of all things, and these things happen at his say-so. This is Zephaniah 3 and 5, and it reads, "The just Lord Yahweh is in the midst thereof. He will not do iniquity." Yeah, the Lord doesn't commit sin. So even though this may be a tragic story or a news event, whatever happens in the earth, the Lord sanctions it first. Okay? He doesn't commit a sin or make a mistake. All right? He will not do iniquity. Every morning doeth he bring his judgment to light. He faileth not, but the unjust knoweth no shame. And we can't say for certain what it is the Lord may or may have had against this young man. But in any event, the Lord bringeth about his judgments in the earth, all right, in the morning, okay? Or in that case, as each day passes by, all right, that the Lord is in control of all these things, all right? And the unjust are those who refuse to repent, right, and come under the banner of Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai, the true and living power, all right? This is Job 4 and 7, and it reads, "Remember, I pray thee, whoever perished being innocent, or where were the righteous cut off, even as I have seen they that plow iniquity and sow wickedness reap the same." And so again, we don't know what it is the Lord had against this young man that he would judge him in such a way. Okay? We don't know the particulars. All right? Only Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai knows. And this is why the men of the Lord implore you to repent while you have the opportunity, while you have yet another day, okay, and chance to do so, because you never know what's waiting for you around that next corner, in that next hour, right? In that next 10 minutes, in that next minute, what's going to happen. Here it is that young man was FaceTiming his girlfriend. Now, we don't know anything behind that, right? We don't know what it was. But as they say, he was talking to his girlfriend on the phone, all right, when he hears all of this commotion at his door. You see? And here it is. They had the wrong address or the wrong house. Okay? Deuteronomy 32 and 39, and it reads, "See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill, and I make alive. I wound, and I heal. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand." So everybody, all souls belongeth to the Lord. So there's nobody who can take you out of the hand of the Most High. However he's got it planned out is the way it's going to happen. Verse 40, "For I lift up my hand to heaven and say, I live forever." Right? Once again, Yahweh Hashem Yahweh Shai is in total control. And indeed it is, tragic. Okay? But that young man was home. Why? Because that's the way the Lord wanted it. This is Proverbs 20 and 24. "Man's goings are of the Lord. How can a man then understand his own way?" So the young man was meant to be home at that time that they made a mistake, going to the wrong house or the wrong door or the wrong apartment. But the Lord had it so that he was home when it happened. So your steps are ordered by the Most High, and nothing is a coincidence. Sad, but yes, yet again, it's true. Now we'll read this and, we'll close out. This is Revelation 3:18, and it reads, I counsel thee to buy of me gold tried in the fire, that thou mayest be rich, and white raiment, that thou mayest be clothed, and that the shame of thy nakedness do not appear, and anoint thy eyes with eye salve, that thou mayest see. Okay? And we get that eye salve, we get that clothing, that raiment, we get tried in the fire of adversity, right? To be purified by the Most High, to be acceptable unto Him, okay? And to understand that we need to repent and need to come back to our power and do the best that we can in this life, right? To hold on to His laws, statutes, and commandments, to return unto our power. You see? And that's what the prophets have been preaching for so many years. Verse 19, as many as I love, I rebuke and chasten. Be zealous, therefore, and repent. Now, do we think that this young man may have heard about the prophets? Maybe even come across them? Maybe even come across some of these lessons that we put out? It's a high probability. Or maybe his girlfriend, if it was his girlfriend, maybe she knew something about the prophets. Maybe she told him. Maybe he shrugged it off. Who knows? The Lord knows. All right? Though it be a sad story, all things are in control of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. And this is why it's important that you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, you need to get it together. All right? Because judgment could be coming in the morning. All right? So that right there will end the lesson. All right? Shalom.